This is for Environmental Awareness Live. The environmental awareness is very, very important for safety professionals. Nowadays, it's integrated form health, safety, and environment. Environment, health, safety, and environmental engineer, environmental professionals. So, it's very important to know the what is environmental pollution, what are the different types of pollution, and what is climate change, what is ozone depletion, what is greenhouse gases, and what are the different types of pollutions, and what is environmental aspect and what is environmental impact. Then, what is fuel conservation, water conservation, electricity conservation, e waste, and waste management? These all the things you must know it. That time only you can survive for the HSE or safety professional. So nowadays, the most of the people are in different engineering field or in different dairies. It's very difficult to know the environmental part. So the environmental awareness is very, very important. The air, land, water, soil, it all constitute the environment around you. It's a flora. Flora means plants. Fauna means animals. Flora, fauna, everything included for the environment. Then what is environmental pollution? The undesirable change in the air, water, land, soil, and your ecosystem is said to be pollution. If it's in air, air pollution, undesirable change, not able to recover the things. So, undesirable changes, that is the pollution. Air pollution means water pollution, land pollution, soil pollution, and radioactive pollution, and then various type of remedies are there for noise pollution. The noise pollution is measured by means of dB, decibel. So the decibel noise pollution is always measured by means of decibel. If the noise pollution above 80 dB said to be abnormal, exceeds the limits 80 dB. If it's a noise pollution around 55, this is residential, to industrial area, normal position is 55 dB. So undesirable change in the noise in the air is said to be air pollution. Then undesirable change in the sound, that is noise. Undesirable change in the soil, soil pollution. Undesirable change in the water, water pollution. So these all the pollutions you must know it. Being a HSC professional or safety professional, you must know these all the things. What is environment? What is environmental pollution? What are the different types of pollutions, and how you can measure that one. Then for water pollution, you can measure COD, BOD. COD means chemical oxygen demand. BOD means biological oxygen demand. The good water, actually drinking water or good standard water, it's BOD and COD is the main criteria to determine. The chemical oxygen demand, and biological oxygen demand BOD and COD. This is for water side. So in case of BOD and COD high, around we can say BOD COD 250 above, BOD more than 100, then water not permissible to send it to government drain or discharge openly. You have to treat and only you can dispose the water. So these all the things: water pollution, air pollution, land pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution. So these all the pollution you must aware of it, and you have to measure the air. Like if the air contains more toxic gases like methane, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide, it's all toxic. There is a limits are there. When you go for Google, it shows the limits of the air pollutions. So we have seen environment. What is environment? What is environmental pollution? What are the different types of pollutions? Then EIA. What is EIA? The environmental impact assessment. This normally every HSE and safety profession know it. What is environmental impact assessment? It's a process of, the process of finding the adverse effects of the upcoming project, upcoming environmental project. For example, if a company is coming here, but they are producing so and so, from the beginning, raw material to end product they have given. It means what are the materials they have, what is their waste, how they are going to discharge, what is their air pollution, land pollution, soil pollution, these are. So there is a forecast. You have to make it a report and submit to the pollution control board. When you submit the pollution control board, they will see whether the environmental impact assessment properly done or not. Then how you will do environmental impact assessment? The area where the factory is coming there, they have to see in that area what will be the environmental impact for that company. In case of social impact, how the company will socially impact around the areas. Environmentally, how they impact. For example, nearby lakes are there, rivers are there, and then how they are going to dispose the water. If marine system is there, and then physical monuments are there. So in these monuments, physical monuments, and the water bodies, flora, fauna, plants and animals, whether they are going to affect or not, this EIA report to be submitted to the government pollution control board or environmental ministry. The effect, we can call it as environmental aspect and impact. So what are the activities, that is environmental aspect, and what will be the environmental impact? So environmental aspect impact register you have to create. In that environmental aspect impact register itself, you can find it the what are the hazard, what are the environmental issues are there in that company. So power generation through the DG sets. So the DG sets is the running of the DG sets is the environmental aspect. Then what will be the environmental? Air pollution is the environmental impact. So based on that, if using the water is environmental aspect. What will be the environmental impact? Depletion of natural resources. Using the water is a aspect. For what they are using water? For companies activities, cleaning activities, housekeeping activities, or in case of car company for car washing and all. That means a car washing or using the material, that is environmental aspect. The water using for car cleaning is an environmental aspect. And what will be the environmental impact? One is environmental impact is water pollution. That water going to pollute the environment. Cleaning water, maybe chemical used for the cleaning. So one is environmental pollution is an impact, and second one is depletion of natural resources. So the two side you have to be think of. So the EIA, environmental impact assessment, in that environmental aspect and environmental impact. Then what is e-waste? Electronic waste is the e-waste. What are the companies having the used electronic things? For example, hardware things, CDs, used computers, printers, cartridges. It's all coming as a e-waste. So when this e-waste contains the plastic and hazardous materials, when you are just like that throwing into the open bin, it's not a correct way of disposing. So you have to collect the e-waste and store it in a proper place. You have to label it, store it, and dispose it in a proper environmental licensed contractor. Then you have to get the receipt. So that is the e-waste solutions. Then what all hazardous or highly polluted water you have to, your company itself needs to recycle or treat. If they are not able to treat, then they have to send this much quantity for this contractor, and then you have to get the receipt for that. That is the environmental waste disposal. So that is environmental. Solid means if the hazardous, only domestic waste and food and domestic waste only you can put it into the corporation or municipality areas. But other things, whatever industrial waste and hazardous waste, you have to keep it in with you and send it to for the environmental company for various processing, and you have to get the receipt for them. They will dispose environmentally, environment friendly. So this is one way of thinking. Then in case of oil spillage, then what you have to do? You have to contain properly, clean the properly areas by means of various oil spilling kits available, and also oil skimmers are there, or sawdust. You have to remove the soil and then store it and send it for the hazardous waste areas. So these are the things you must, HSE and safety professional must know it, how to handle the environmental part. Then the companies are always needs to focus on plastic free environment. So you have to always think about reducing the plastic usage in the company and promote the recyclings. Send it, you collect the bottles and send it for recycling, or you can ask the management to use the recycling bottles, clay bottles, or we can say some other silver or copper bottles. So these all you can use it for the recycling purpose. This is for one way of environmental. We can normally say for environment 5R: reduce, reuse, reduce, recycle, repurpose, and then we can have 5R. So reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, then repurpose, and finally reinvent or recycle the thing. So these are all the things you can make it your own company as a representatives and do it for environmental more credit points. Then you have to reduce the consumption of water, fuel, and electricity. The companies always keen to conserve these energies. It means you have to have a reports of water, then the last 3 months how you are conserving the water, the what are the signboards you put it, what are the training you gave, and then what is your goal in that. From 6 months data you have to produce. Then fuel, how much quantity of fuel companies using, what are the way of controlling the fuel conservation, and then how company achieving the fuel last 6 months. And then electricity, how company promoting the conserving the electricity energy, and the data last 6 months. So these all normally for environmental goodwill points. Then what will be the greenhouse gases? The carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, these all gases is greenhouse gases. So the gases all what you are emitting, you have to take the responsible and control it. And the battery, in case recycling or battery handling is an environmental pollution, so that you have to address, that you have to make a recycling thinking. So what we have seen: environment, environmental pollution, environmental waste, environmental aspect impact, EAA, e-waste. Then we have seen different types of pollutions, and waste management side: solid waste, liquid waste, then e-waste. Finally what we have seen, the 5R: how each waste needs to be recycled, repurposed, reuse, then various form of 5Rs. Then we have seen the environmental impact, environmental, what is environmental aspect, what is environmental impact, and the environmental conservations like water conservation, fuel conservation, electricity conservations. These three very important for the credit point. Then the climate change and carbon credit also you have to think of. Overall, In case of the environmental emergency, what will be the scenario? That also you have to make it and drill it. You have done mock drills for the environmental emergencies. That's also very important. Then overall, the environment part is very very important to look into. The final thing is the how to handle the various form of energies, that is we can call it as a energy. So in factories, how you are handling the energies, whether you are conserving energy or you are using energy excessively, and also the various green build activities by the company, whether the company encouraging the inside green building or outside green building, how much quantity of plants you planted, and the plants how much you grown, that's also very important. So these all the things makes the environmental awareness. You have to, this is simple way of the HSE professionals, you must think of the environmental awareness part, and you have to think of environmental backgrounds. This is basic. HSE and environmental professional must know the environmental things. There are a lot of things are there in the environmental. You can learn it, but these things are basics. You must know it. You can, you just update, and you just go through it in various nets and all. So this knowledge must for working as a safety professional in this field. Being a safety professional, the environmental knowledge is important, because the environment, health, safety are integrated. That's what we are calling HSE. Nowadays we are calling ESG, environment, social governance, and then sustainability, to make the environment resources for the next generations without any compromising. We have to give it to the for the next generation. That is the sustainability. So nowadays the companies hearing the sustainable managers, ESG officers, and the environmental engineers, environmental officers, HSE professionals, EHS officers. So these all the things are wide range of environmental opportunities. So being a environmental professional, you must know all the environmental knowledge, from what is environment, and then what is waste, then what are the different types of pollutions, then environmental conservation, climate change. These all the things you must know it. So you go through just a small brief about the environmental awareness part. You just google it and type it. You yourself update the environmental information more to make a successful HSE or environmental career. That will help you a lot. So these are the topics normally we are discussing about the environmental side. The various major parts are there, but being a safety personnel, you have to handle the waste, housekeeping part. You must know the environment, how the, in case of you are spoiling soil or land, then what will be the impact, environmental impact. So you have to make sure you are not spoiling the environment, you are collecting and disposing properly, and recycling, reusing, repurposing, and then you can use it for some other areas. That is the waste reduction or waste minimization of the things. So that's it for the environmental awareness sessions. We will see some other session. If you didn't subscribe this channel, please subscribe this channel. You can learn more about the health and safety and environmental part. Thank you.